everybody. How are you doing today? I am so glad to see you guys. We are in our last week of stories this week. It's time for summer. Woohoo! Everybody's so excited. I have Frances here with me, and you can see Frances has got a little something up her sleeve today. So, are you excited for summer? Yeah, I can hardly wait for summer. Well, summer's going to be a lot of fun. I bet you guys can't even believe that summer's here because it's such a different end to our year. We're having such a different end that we've never had before. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit sad. Well, it is a little bit sad, but we've had a lot of fun at home. We've had a lot of time with our families. We've had story times. But it's a little bit different end of the year than we're used to. And we don't get to say goodbye to one another in person. I bet your teachers will do a Zoom class. Have you seen any of the Zoom classes? Toby got to go on a Zoom class. Well, I didn't get to do any Zoom. What is Zoom? Well, Zoom is when the teachers, they get on the computer and they get it so all the kids can be on and you can see all of their pictures. Well, I might like to Zoom. Anybody want to invite me to Zoom? Well, they might want to invite you to Zoom. I bet they would. Well, tell everybody what you're doing today. Well, I just wanted to say goodbye to Mrs. Palmer and Mrs. Sheldon and Mrs. Bolno. Mrs. Palmer, Mrs. Sheldon, Mrs. Bolno. Yeah, aren't they leaving? They are leaving. They're going to be retiring this year. What's retirement? Well, retirement is a lot of fun. Retirement means that you have done a lot of school and you've taught a lot of kids and you've had a lot of great years and made a lot of wonderful memories, and it's time to be done. And they get to go off into the sunset and do lots of different things. Mrs. Palmer, you won't believe it, she's going to get in an RV and take off. What's an RV? Well, an RV is like a big giant trailer that you can go in. She's going to live in there? Yep, she's going to travel around and she's going to be going who knows where. We hope she comes back sometimes. And Mrs. Bolno, I don't know what Mrs. Bolno's going to be doing. She's probably going to be reading. Yeah, she probably will. Maybe they're going to walk the beach. Maybe. And Mrs. Sheldon too. Well, who knows what Mrs. Sheldon's going to do? I'm going to have to find out about them to see what's going on. But they're clearing out their classrooms and it is just going to be exciting but sad. It's sad too. Yeah, it could be a little sad when you retire. I brought some party hats just to cheer everybody up and say, Happy Retirement! You did? Yeah, I even brought you one. Put it on. Well, I noticed your hat is SpongeBob. Yeah, I don't really love SpongeBob. He's my favorite guy. Well, he is a fun guy. He even makes me laugh. You want to put your hat on? Well, you brought me a hat? Yeah, put it on. All right, here I go. Oh boy, this is for pretty sparkly. Yeah, I picked it out special for you. It's all sparkly. It's got polka dots. All right, I'll put it on. Here I go. There, how does that look? That looks terrific. Well, thanks for bringing me a hat. That was so nice of you. This does make it feel more like a celebration. Yeah. And I'm going to sing you guys a song. Want to bring out the decorations? You brought decorations? Yep, brought decorations. Well, let's see what you brought. Oh. Ooh, you guys like that? Let me show them. SpongeBob. Don't you love it? Look, Krabby. And, there's a squirrel. And there's Patrick the starfish. Mrs. Bolno, Mrs. Sheldon, Mrs. Palmer. Do you love it? I bet they do love it. And I brought a blower. It's a blower. Whoa, there goes my hat. Well, you put it in your mouth and it goes, boop. All right, well, let's try it. Oh, this one's Pokemon. Yeah, I love Pokemon too. Well, let's put your hat on. Okay, show me how you do it. All right, 1, 2, 3. It didn't come out. Well, maybe I didn't blow hard enough. Try it again. 1, 2, 3. Boop. Oh no. Oh geez. Let me get it. Hold on to my hat. Oh, your hat almost fell off. All right, try it one more time. I'm going to hold it tight. I don't know if it's going to open. 1, 2, 3. Well, it didn't blow. I'm so sorry. You try it, Mrs. Colby. All right, here I go. Get ready. 1, 2, 3. Ow, you hit me right in the head. Oh, I'm so sorry, Francis. I did hit you right in the head. Watch, I'll blow it again. All right. 1, 2, 3, blow. Woo! That makes a nice party. Yeah. And I'm going to sing you a little retirement song. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm ready for this. All right, here we go. Happy retirement to you. Happy retirement to you. You're going to get to do lots of fun things like going to the beach and reading and sleeping in and staying up late and cooking and doing nothing. Happy retirement to you. Woo! That was really, really nice. Made my hat fall off. That was a really nice song. Take a bow because I bet they're clapping for you. All right. Oh, take another one. Give her a big hand out there. That was a good song. Did you make that up? Yeah, I made up that song. I'm really going to miss Mrs. Palmer. She always laughs at me. Oh, Mrs. Palmer does always laugh at you. And Mrs. Bono thinks I'm real. Mrs. Bono does think you're real. She has told me that lots of times. And I love Mrs. Sheldon. Bye, Mrs. Sheldon. Bye, Mrs. Palmer. Bye, Mrs. Bono. Aw, I think I might cry. Well, you don't have to cry because it is going to be such an exciting time for them, the end of the year. And I bet they will come visit. Mrs. Bono, Mrs. Palmer, Mrs. Sheldon, will you come back and visit, Francis? Look, I think they're shaking their heads, yes. Are you sure? Yep, look really closely in there. I think they're shaking their heads. Yes, they will come and see you. Oh, my hat's falling. I don't see them. Well, they will. All right, well, tell them a happy goodbye. We're going to read a story today, and it's a end of the year story, and you won't believe what it's called. Look what it is. No more pencils, no more books, no more teachers' dirty looks. That sounds crazy. Well, this is Gilbert. This is one of Mrs. Colby's very favorite characters, and I know you like Gilbert too. Here, can I put my hat on the ground? Yeah, it didn't stay on very well, but you look adorable. And you could tell the kids, maybe we'll come up with some ideas that they can do this summer because there's a lot of things that you can do this summer still. Yeah, I'm going to do a lot of things. Am I staying at your house? You can stay at my house for the whole summer, and we are going to do a lot of fun things. I'll make you a little swimming pool in a bowl. You're going to make me a swimming pool? Yep, I'm going to make you a swimming pool. We'll go on some little field trips in the yard. Can I see some other snails? Yes, you can see some other snails. It'll be fun. You're going to have a good summer. Well, I'm going to tuck you in so I can read, and then that's it. You can listen to the story, take a little nap. All right, Mrs. Palmer and Mrs. Bono and Mrs. Sheldon, these next couple of days are for you. We're going to read end of the year books. All right, I can't wait. Bye. Bye. Happy retirement. Bye. Bye. Happy retirement. All right, that's good. All right, tuck in here. And we're going to read our story. Well, let me put her right here. Make sure she can see. Put her little eyes out. Her hat's covering her head. Okay. There we go. And it's called No More Pencils, No More Books, No More Teachers' Dirty Looks. Although I don't think any of our teachers get dirty looks. And it's by Diane DeGroat. So I love her. Here's Gilbert and his little sister Lola sitting in there. Looks like they're brushing their teeth, maybe getting ready for school. Hooray! Gilbert shouted, heading for the door. Today's the last day of school. Here are the cookies, Mother said, and your present for Miss Bird. She put the cookies and the presents into her backpack. As he ran out the door, Gilbert waved and said, Don't forget to come to the party this afternoon. Miss Bird is giving out awards. Patty was waiting for him outside. She kind of looked sad. I'm really going to miss school, she said. I really like being in Mrs. Bird's class. Me too, said Gilbert, but I like summer vacation better. Well, when they got to the classroom, Mrs. Bird was changing the number on the countdown banner. Yesterday it said 2 days left till the last day. Today it said 1 day of school left. Mrs. Bird didn't look very sad. Louis ran into the classroom singing, "No more pencils, no more books, no more teacher, dirty looks." And if you've been with us to read any of these books, you know that Louis is kind of like that. Mrs. Bird heard him, but she didn't give him a dirty look. She just smiled and said, "Settle down, everyone. We have to do a lot of work this morning, starting with cleaning out our desks." "My desk is already cleaned," Philip said proudly. Louis rolled his eyes and said, "Well, maybe you'll get the Clean Desk Award, Philip." "No," Philip said back. "I'm going to get the Best Reader Award. Everyone knows that I'm the best reader in the class." Oh, whoops, gotta turn the page. Gilbert wondered if he would get an award. He wasn't the best reader, and he certainly didn't have the cleanest desk. Neither did Miss Bird. When she emptied out the bottom drawer, 4 big packs of gum spilled out onto the floor. "Oh my," she said. "Here's your gum, Louis. You can have it back now." "That's okay," Louis answered, scraping the green paint off the side of his desk. "You can just keep it to remember me by." Mrs. Bird laughed and said, "I don't think I could ever forget you, Louis." Well, before lunch, they practiced their songs and poems for their parents. Frank was nervous, and Mrs. Bird told him to pretend that everyone in the audience was sitting in their underwear. That made Frank giggle, and then he wasn't nervous anymore. "Thanks," Frank said. "My grandma and grandpa are coming, and I don't want to mess up." Then he giggled at the thought of his grandparents in the audience in their underwear. "You'll do fine," Mrs. Bird said proudly when they were finished. "And remember, after the poems, I give out awards, so remain seated." Well, at recess, Gilbert and Patty talked about who might get the awards. "Philip is the best reader for sure," Gilbert said. "Frank is good in math," said Patty. "He might get the math award." "And you are the best speller, Patty," said Gilbert. "I know you're going to get the award for that." Patty smiled and said, "Well, you're the best at... Well, before she could think of what Gilbert was best at, Louis said, "What's the big deal? Everybody gets an award." Gilbert hoped that was true, but he didn't know what he was best at. Well, when they returned to the classroom, all the desks were clean, all the books were boxed up, and all the supplies were packed. It didn't even feel like Miss Bird's classroom anymore. Just as Gilbert started to feel sad, the parents began to arrive. Then Gilbert started to feel a little bit nervous. He said his poem over and over again in his head. Mrs. Bird welcomed everyone. Then her class sang the songs they had practiced. Louis sang the loudest, and Gilbert wondered if there was a loud singer award. Well, soon it was time for Gilbert to recite his poem. He took a deep breath and stepped forward. He said, "Summer's here, I can't wait, but first grade was really great. Mrs. Bird's the very best, even when she gives a test." Gilbert sat down again. Whew! He didn't make a single mistake. Maybe he would get an award for the best poem. But Margaret's was good also. "We learned to spell, we learned to read. We learned a lot of things indeed." Even Frank said his poem without a single mistake. "I love numbers, I love math. I think of counting, even in the bath." Those are fun little poems. Maybe you could write your teacher a poem and say it to where if you guys Zoom together. Well, when it was Philip's turn to recite the last poem, he didn't step forward. His knees were wobbling and he looked very pale. He had forgotten his poem. Mrs. Bird handed him a copy, but when Philip tried to read it, all that came out was a squawk. Gilbert's little sister Lola started to laugh, and Gilbert gave her a dirty look. No one knew what to do, so Gilbert took the paper and he started reading it. "Each day in school, I try to be as good a student as I can be. And if I have one book or three, then Philip finally remembered the rest and blurted it out. I'll always have a friend with me. Everyone clapped, and Philip turned bright red. That was so nice of Gilbert. That's what good friends do. They never let anybody stand out there feeling uncomfortable, or if they forgot something, they're always the first ones to step in and help. That's what we do at Rowlett. We have a lot of Rowlett leaders at our school, and we would step forward like that too. Philip was still red when Mrs. Bird gave him the Best Reader Award. Patty did get the Spelling Award. Margaret got one for handwriting, and Kenny had the best attendance. Even Lewis got an award for being the funniest. Gilbert just stood there as one by one the ribbons were given out. He thought maybe he might get the Best Artist Award, but Susan got that one instead. Maybe there wouldn't be an award for Gilbert after all. Finally, Mrs. Bird said, and the last award goes to Gilbert. He gets the Good Friend Award. And I don't know about you, but that would really mean a lot to me to get the Best Friend Award. That kind of is a good friend to everybody, and they don't leave anybody out. They always try to include everybody. Gilbert was really happy. Now he knew what he was good at. He thought Miss Bird was the best teacher ever. Aww. If I was getting an award, I would want that award too. That would be my favorite award. Well, they ate cookies and cake, and Mrs. Bird said, I have a gift for each of you to take home, a memory book of pictures from your first grade class. Hey, said Lewis, flipping through the pages, here's the snowman that Gilbert helped me make. And our trip to the Pilgrim Town, Philip added. Gilbert was my buddy on the bus. On the last page of the memory book was a picture of the whole class, including Mrs. Bird. I'm really going to miss you all, she said. And she looked like she was going to cry. Good luck in grade 2. It's sad for everybody when we go. It's sad for teachers. It's sad for kids. It's just one of those things. It's exciting and sad all mixed into one. So maybe Mrs. Bird should open her gifts, Patty whispered. I bought her a nice plant. That would cheer her up. I'm giving her a picture of myself, Philip whispered. She won't forget me. Gilbert's gift was a t-shirt, and it said, Number 1 Teacher. Now he wished he was giving her a picture of himself. What if she did forget who Gilbert was? Well, sadly, Gilbert said to Miss Bird, I wish you could always be our teacher. Miss Bird smiled and said, Me too, but remember, you can still visit me when you're in 2nd grade. It's not the same, Gilbert answered quietly. The bell rang and everyone took turns hugging Miss Bird until Miss Bird was all hugged out. They're gonna squish her. They were hugging so hard. Well, as they walked home, Gilbert said, Mrs. Bird looked so sad when we left. What is she going to do all summer without us? Patty sighed and said, well, she'll probably be busy getting ready for her new class. Then Gilbert started to sniffle. Miss Bird looked awfully sad, he said. She's going to miss me very, very much. Father said, I know it'll make you feel better. They were standing right in front of an ice cream shop. Well, Gilbert saw all of his friends inside, and he started to feel a little better. No one even looked sad at all. Everyone was happy that summer vacation was finally here. Especially Miss Bird. And he thought she was going to be all sad and not doing anything. Here's Miss Bird on her bicycle taking her fishing pole. She looks like she's going to go fishing. And she's wearing Gilbert's Number 1 Teacher t-shirt. That is so nice. So, summer is coming this week. This is our last official week. Next week we're picking up books and teachers are doing some fun things with you. But I hope you enjoyed our story time, and I hope you have a really wonderful summer. And to Mrs. Palmer and Mrs. Bolno and Mrs. Sheldon, I know you're going to have a wonderful summer and all the way out. I know you're going to be sad to leave and sad and miss your kids, but everybody wishes you well and hopes you have a wonderful retirement as long as you come back to visit. And Francis insisted on that. So Mrs. Palmer, you can take off in your RV, but you got to twirl it right back around and come home for visits once in a while. So we'll see you later, you guys. We have one more story time. And then it's summer. Okay, have a really great day. I will see you Thursday. Bye, guys.